So, hi guys, today we are going to do the chapter 11 on the activity on this chapter, which is the chapter 11, which is build a small network. So, here's a little bit information about the introduction for this chapter. So, up to this point in the source, in the course, we have considered the services that our data network can provide to the human network. Examine the features of each layer of the OSI model and the operation of TCP/IP protocols, and look in detail at Ethernet. So, a universal LAN technology, the next step is to learn how to assemble these elements together in a functioning network that can be maintained. So, now that we have read the introduction for this chapter, let's find an activity. So, where's the activity for this chapter? Excuse me. So here's the first activity for this chapter, which is security threats and vulnerabilities. So here's the instruction. Read the security threats and vulnerability scenario, drag each scenario to its corresponding type of security. So here's the scenario, and here's the our security threat, which is the information theft, identity theft, data loss manipulation, disruption of service. So let's uh, let's answer this activity first. We have to do the what what makes obvious scenario. So first, this is for the data loss because it's obvious altering data network. So data loss or manipulation, um, it's this is working into a computer to destroy or alter data records. Excuse me. So then, stealing scientific research report. So this is for the information theft because information theft. This is breaking into a computer to obtain confidential information. So as you can see, stealing scientific research report, it's confidential. Then next one is I think this one is for the information theft because it's stealing a company user database. It's a information theft. For example, your enemy company hack your database and they get all the information or the confidential information about the company's transaction. So I think it's that the information theft. So the identity theft. I think this one for the identity theft because making illegal online purchases it is possible if the theft or the person might uh, have the personal information about you. So um, I think this one for the identity theft, impersonating someone to obtain credit. So as it is obvious that it is identity theft. Um, and this one will be the data loss because sending a virus to format a hard drive it is for the data loss. So the last two for this quest, preventing legal user from accessing data services, destruction of service, and overloading a network to avoid user out. So now that we are done in answering this activity, let's check if it's correct or not. So as you can see, I have successfully matched each scenario to its security threat type. So let's have to the figure 2. So if um, here's the instruction, read the security management practices, drag each management practice to appropriate security management type. So we have the hardware, environmental, electrical, and maintenance. So the hardware is a physical damage to the server's router switches and cabling plant and workstation. So then the environmental threats are temperature extreme, too hot or too cold, or um, humidity extreme, too wet or too dry. So electrical voltage spikes, insufficient supply voltage, and total power loss. Then the maintenance will be the poor handling of key electrical components. Um, so now let's start to answer this activity. Now that we have idea what is the hardware, environmental, electrical, and maintenance. So for us to do this activity, let's start with the formula. So for the hardware, I think this one for the security cameras for the hardware. Then as I've read, as I've said earlier, environmental can control temperature and humidity. So it's uh, for the environmental. So um, I think this is for the electrical because it's on redundant power supply. So the power supply will be in the uh, uh, electrical. Then lock of device prevent unauthorized access. I think this is for the hardware. Then label critical troubleshoot component. Create positive airflow for the environmental. And then control access to console and install UDPS system. So let's check if it's correct or not for this activity figure 2. So we had around, so we had or should be installed UDPS system or label critical cables and components. So okay, now that I have successfully matched a security practice, the security management type. So let's now that we are done in this activity, which is the part 2 security threats and vulnerabilities, let's find another activities for this chapter. Okay. So we have here activity on type of attacks. So here's the instruction. Determine the types of attack described run a security scenario. So uh, so here's the scenario. A computer is used as a print server for ACMP incorporation. The IT staff failed to apply security updates to this computer for over 660 days. So now the print server is operating slowly and sending a high amount of malicious packet to its NIC. So I think this uh, type of attack will be the more uh, why? Because uh, worm, uh, computer worms are similar to viruses in that they replicate through they replicate functional copies of themselves and can cause the same type of damage. So I think that's all. Then Sharon and IT internally noticed some strange packet while revising the security logs generated by the firewall. So a handful of IP addresses on the internet were sending malformed packets to several different IP addresses, several different random ports numbers inside. So I think that's access attack because then unauthorized manipulation of data, system access or use privileges. So let's see if it's access or not. Um, sorry. I think it's re reco- reconnaissance because reconnaissance of the discovery on mapping of system service or vulnerabilities. As I read for this, they notice, she noticed a handful of IP addresses on the internet malware. Notice some strange packets, so I think it's reconnaissance. So let's check if it's correct or not. So correct. Let's take in the figure 2, which is the scenario are excuse me. So Jeremiah was browsing the internet from his personal computer when a random website offered a pre-program to clean his system. After downloading and running the executable, the operating system crashed. Crucial operating system related files had been corrupted, and Jeremiah's computer required a full disk format and operating system in reinstall. So I think that's Trojan horse because a Trojan horse is what you call too good to be true. For example, the website said a gift, and this gift is too good to be true. Don't click it because it's might have a malware, and that's what we call Trojan horse or a surprise attack when you open the email or the gifts that the website gives you. So the next scenario is Ariana found a flash drive laying on the pavement of mall, and she asked around but couldn't find the uh, owner. She decided to keep it unplugged into her laptop, only to find a photo folder feeling curious. Ariana opened up the photos before formatting the flash drive for her own use. Afterward, Ariana noticed that her laptop camera was active. So I think that's access because, as I said earlier, access is the unauthorized manipulation of data. System access or use privileges. So, as I read, Ariana opened a few photos before formatting the flash drive for her own use. Afterward, Ariana noticed that her laptop camera was active. So, let's use an unauthorized or use privilege or use unauthorized manipulation of data. So, let's take a look if it's correct or not. So, it's not correct. So, I think this will be a well. And renaissance again. So it's Trojan or a virus. So that's the correct answer for this activity of virus and Trojan horse. So I'm not correct for this figure two. So I might not read enough for this chapter. Excuse me. So here's the last figure, which is the scenario. So, Angela Knight is top member of ACME England, noticed that communication with the company web survey is very slow. After investigating, she determined that the cause of the slowness is due to computer and data sending a very large number of month-from-web requests to ACME. So, I think it's a worm. So, George need to share a video with a coworker because of the large size of the video file. He denied to run and video file to his coworker. To make things easier, George created a role without a simple password file and provided it to his coworker in private. Without the proper security margin or a strong password, the IT staff wasn't surprised to learn on Monday that George's workstation was being compromised and was trying to upload work-related documents to internet. So I think that's what we call the access. So let's take a look if it's correct or not. this is not a worm or denial of service. It's a denial of service. So basically, denial of services. It send you or it out you to the or it you might see uh, the same the same scenario even if you refresh that website it will output the same scenario for example for the FB denial of service will be see if you refresh and again and again then the same news feed will the output of the Facebook. So now that we have done in this activity, let's take a look for the another activity. Okay. So here's the other activity which is show command scenario. So here's the instruction. Read the show command scenario. Drag each show command to the field next to appropriate scenario. So the first one is yes, suspect there is a problem with the current switch configuration. You want to see the same configuration so that you can compare it to what is currently running. So I think that's show startup config because if you put this command, you will see the currently running for the configuration. Excuse me. So the next one is you are on call with the Cisco technical assistance personnel. They ask you for the switch, IS name, RAM and VRAM and flash available. So they also ask for the hexadecimal boot location. So I think the show version because they ask you switch IS name, RAM and VRAM and flash available. So the term means be you are running the EIGRP routing protocol and need to know the update interval and what the active interface and network are being advertised by your router. So I think that will be the show IP route because the routing protocol need to know the update intervals and what active interface and network are being advertised by the router. So the part one will be you cannot get to the internet. You need to find out if your router has a path to the internet and which protocols are being used to provide the path. I think that's show IP protocols because for you to see if the router has a path to the internet, you had the command show IP protocols for you to determine if you uh, had an internet or not. So the fifth one is that your network documentation really needs to be updated. A quick listing of the IP address of your routers in relation to their MAC addresses would help finish the task for recording purposes. So I think let's show our and the last one will be the show IP in brief. So now that we have done in answering this activity, let's take a look if it's correct or not. So as you can see, I have successfully matched each show command to its scenario. So let's find another activity for this chapter. Okay. We have here I think this is the last one activity for this chapter, which is the order to troubleshooting step. So drag each step to field next to its appropriate description. So the first one must be the step one must be first of all we have to identify the problem because uh, we don't we have a solution but we don't know what the problem is. So after we identify the problem, I think we have to establish a theory or probable cause, because you have identified the problem, then you have established a theory or a probable cause based on all the cause for this problem. So after you establish a theory, you might as well test the theory to determine the cause. So what is the sense of establishing a theory if you're not testing it? So after the testing the test the theory, I I think have to establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. So you establish the theory, you're testing the theory, then now you have to establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution you had. So the, the step 5 will be verify full system functionality and implement preventive measure. I think that's the step 5 because the last step will be the document finding action and outcomes, the outcomes uh, of your establishing the or implementing the solution. What is the outcome or the document findings that you had after you implement the solution that you made. So now that we had all arranged the step from step 1 from step 6, let's check if it's correct or not. So as you can see, I have successfully matched each step to its description. So now let's find another activity for this chapter. And this is the last. So guys, here's the summary for this chapter. So in order to meet user requirements, even small network require planning and design. Planning ensures that all requirements, cost factor, and deployment option are given due consideration. An important part of network design is reliability, scalability, and availability. So supporting and growing a small network requires being familiar with the protocols and network application running over the network. So protocol analysis enable a network function to quickly compile statistical information about traffic flows on a network. Information gathered by the protocol analysis is evaluated based on the source and destination of the traffic as well as the type of traffic being sent. So this analysis can be used by a network technician to make decisions on how to manage the traffic more efficiently. So common network protocols include DNS, Telnet, SMTP, PAP, DHCP, HTTP, and FTP. So in this necessity to consider security threats and vulnerabilities when planning a network implementation, all network devices must be secured, and then these include routers, switches, and user device, and even security devices. So network needs to be protected from malicious software such as viruses, Trojan horse, and so antivirus software can detect most viruses and many Trojan horse applications and prevent them from spreading into network. So the most effective way to manage a work attack is download security updates from the operating system vendor and patch all vulner- vulnerable systems. So now that we had the summary for this chapter, thank you guys for lending me some time. And hope you gain or you learn something about this video. So thank you for watching.